ask me, why does a skier like Monaco, why do you live here? And I mean, number one, if you travel the world the whole year, Monaco is a good place to live in terms of taxes. So of course that plays in. Second of all, if you live your life in the snow, it is really nice to come home where you don't have snow. And it's the Riviera, so it's a wonderful place to live. So lots of reasons, but sun is the number one reason. Living down here in Monaco, you see a Lambo and a Ferrari every single day, so at the end of the day it just stops exciting you. So then lately in order for me to get excited about a car, I have to completely rebuild it. And of course the ski box is because I ski and I need to transport my skis. So then together with 56 Nord, I help them give them some pointers on how to make a cool ski box. And then the camouflage kind of started out as a joke like 6-7 years ago, and then in the end I like it, because with the camouflage you can kind of tweak the shapes of the car a bit, and I do all that design myself, and it's just something I enjoy doing. So I just like to rebuild things. The only problem is you can't sell rebuild things, and that I'm trying to get older and smarter and do modifications that aren't useless when you're done with them. Now with the new Huracan, I'm trying to develop a kit that is basically a bolt-on kit on the body. So in one day you can take the whole kit off and return the car to stock. Because selling the mega modified cars is one aspect people forget about. It's easy to build them, but then you have to go through inspection and selling and all this, and that makes it difficult. So nowadays if I build a car, I want to be able to turn it back to stock. They want to have it, but then once they realize the problems it means to import it into a different country, the amount of people willing to go through that problem is very small. So that's why I sold it, because I had an offer, and I'm like, you know that it's going to be a lot of work to get it registered? They're like, okay, no problem. And I was like, and then I got real sad after I sold it, because it was the best car I ever had. I was sad that I didn't have the car anymore when I sold it. But on the other hand, I'm also sad seeing someone else drive around in it. So when the car disappeared, I wasn't heartbroken, because now at least I know that no one else is driving around in it. So it's like a strange feeling. Of course, the whole thing was sad and strange and weird, but I guess we just have to build another one. That was my initial reaction. I'm like, okay, start tomorrow, let's build a new one.
And then you started?
No, and then I realized that one's going to be hard to sell as well, so let's figure out what to do. And because all station wagons have a panel solution that goes up over the roof. So any sort of station or normal car, you have to cut the fenders, which means there's no return. Whereas a Huracan and a Aventador, a McLaren 458 have panels that can be removed. So that's why I'm in a two-seater, but my goal for the future is to try to figure out a similar solution with a four-seater. I mean, it's just like if you're in a car and let's say now I have my girlfriend, my filmer, and I have a Huracan. Where do I put the filmer? Like on the roof?
In the ski box.
No, but I think four-seaters are more fun because you can enjoy the car together with more people. In the past, I used to drive everywhere. Like I would drive a Lambo 60,000 kilometers in one winter. And then I got 60,000 in one winter. I did the same with a Gallardo and a Nissan GTR.
Where did you go?
Everywhere. Just like whenever I was going somewhere, a Lambo, like bam, bam, bam. And then I realized that no one wants to buy a Lambo that's been 60,000 kilometers in the winter. So now I try to be a little smarter and maybe like transport the cars a bit more, even though I hate transporting.
Why?
It's boring. You're supposed to drive the car. But sometimes I know that the value and the difficulty of selling a car with a lot of miles, it's just, I try to learn how to live a life with less headaches. And everything I do with cars includes headaches, like rebuilding, driving, and they break down. And so I try to get smarter, but I'm having very slow progress on it. Yeah, so my whole life is kind of like, it's like this. I love doing crazy stuff, but at the same time I love trying to avoid headaches. And I don't know how to make the two work together. Because I'm like, oh, let's just do this little project, like drive a Lambo up a ski slope on a glacier in Norway. Turned out to be like a month full-time job to organize the whole thing. You know what? Here in Monaco, I do not have a car at all. Me and Yanni were looking, my girlfriend, we're looking at getting a car here in Monaco because now one Lambo's in Spain and another one is up in Scandinavia getting rebuilt. So now I have nothing here. So we're looking at getting some old Fiat 500 or something.
The old, the classic one or the modern one?
It depends. The classic one, cooler but more headaches. Or the new one, less headaches and not as cool. And it's funny, people think that I only appreciate days in supercars and all this. And whenever I'm in a supercar, I'm worried. Like, is this gonna break down? Temperature, oil, blowing engine, because I've had so much of that. So for me, a nice day in a car is in a regular, normal diesel, anything. Honestly, as long as the car drives, I'm as happy in a rental car as in a Ferrari. Like, I've driven so much that in the end, I don't care. As long as it gets me to where I want to go. Yeah, so the Huracan is the big new project. To decrease headache, we're gonna do it in 2 steps. Step number 1 is performance, engine, and brakes, exhaust, and everything, and that should be done in 3 weeks. So then the car will come out stock body, but a hell of a lot faster than stock. And then I'm gonna drive that this summer while we develop the full body kit for the whole car, and then install that in the fall. So in the past, I would have done everything together and at the same time and stressed and everything, and now I just do a bit, drive it for a bit, redo it, and just have more fun. More driving, more fun. If I could just get anything, it would probably be the P1 GTR with street legal plates. Yeah, a friend of mine has one, so I need to call him and tell him I need to... No, I probably shouldn't drive it, because then I'll sell everything I own and get it, which would not be ideal. But no, I mean, I love race cars that are street legal. So yes, it would be that or the Pagani Sonda R. I haven't really planned too much ahead. I think for me, whether I'm doing gumball or not depends on who else is doing gumball. I love hanging out with the Team Gallig guys, so if they're doing it again, then maybe. I haven't decided yet. But it's nice.
What would you do to it is my most important question.
Well, the first thing I always do is black rims. 100% always black rims. Second, black windows. Always black windows. And I would foil the silver part black.
And some kind of a white body kit?
Well, if you ask me now in 2016, no. Because you don't want to destroy the value of the car. Just reselling a wide body Kia would probably be less than ideal. So I'd keep it to modest, smart things.
Nice.
When you drive a race car, you sit like this. And when I get into cars and I have straight arms, I'm like, I can barely park. That's the first thing I do when I jump into a car. Move the seat like all the way forward. They could have given the steering wheel a little bit more love.
How, can you explain?
It just feels a bit simple. Like if you get into an Audi, are really good at steering wheels. So little shapes, a little thicker maybe, like. Because what I do with all my steering wheels is that I redo them in Alcantara and like add some shapes and.
Oh, can we tell more about
No,
it?
but it's, you know, I love the fact that it's pretty standard. Like I used to be Mr. Super Custom, but in the end, it's just nice to have standard normalness.
So you could be happy in the Kia?
Wow, I could totally be super happy. I've had rental cars that are like, this is like a Rolls Royce combined with a Ferrari compared to a lot of rental. If I get a rental car, I'll get the cheapest one.
Okay, nice.
Like
The smallest one as well?
Smallest, cheapest, like, I've gotten to a point where I don't care. I'd rather spend money on experiences than have a flashy rental car.
Nice.
It's funny, we're driving around and I have no license.